So good morning, all of you. Welcome to this second session of the DEXMA Day 2021 about start improving your energy efficiency. So in the next slide, we are going to see the attendance. Okay, Alfonso. I think, yeah, great. Good. So today we have Alfonso Mateos, our product owner. Good morning, Alfonso.
Morning, Miguel.
Good morning.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
We have Irene Simic from our customer success team. Morning, Irene.
Hi. Good morning.
We have Didier Dubois, our country manager for France and Benelux. Morning, Didier.
Hello, Miguel.
And finally, we have our super marketing director, Elodie Gillard. Good morning.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Hello. Great. So for today's session, we're going to explain you how to start improving your energy efficiency working with DEXMA. So I'm going to start explaining some key learnings from our customer base. Then Alfonso will explain a real example using a demo of Analyze and Optimize. And Irene will follow up with 5 steps to start working with us from a technical perspective. And last but not least, Didier and Elodie will explain us how to start working with us from a commercial and marketing perspective. So let's get started. So I'm going to explain you the key learnings from our 4,000 organizations. So first of all, I would like to explain the EMS formula. So as you all know, we come from a context where fossil fuels were the main energy source. This brought some geopolitical pressures, meaning growing energy costs, inequality, conflicts, but most importantly, climate change, which converted into environmental regulations, starting with the Kyoto Protocol, with the Paris Agreement, right? This all brought the energy transition, mainly driven by 2 vectors, the renewables penetration and the energy efficiency in buildings. And sometimes a combination of both, like the solar PV integration into buildings. If we include digitalization in this formula, we get the energy management system, because what you cannot measure, you cannot control, and you can improve it, right? So in the next slide, I would like to show again the EMS S-curve that was previously explained by Joan, our CEO. So since the foundation of DEXMA has seen different phases. The first one mainly with innovators, the second one during the last 5 years with the early adopters. But now we have the biggest window of opportunity ever. That's why we are super active trying to attract new partners, because thanks to the partners, we're able to be where we are now at this moment. So in the next slide, Alfonso, I'm explaining to you the amount of organizations that we are serving at this moment, for more than 4,000. These 4,000 organizations are managing 80,000 buildings in total, so average 20 each. Supermarkets or retail maybe are managing hundreds, but industries are managing 1 or 2 or 5, but with a very high energy consumption. And our go-to-market is mainly through our active channel of partners. So the top sectors we have in our customer base are mainly corporate buildings, industries, retail, supermarkets, hotels, universities. But the fastest growing sector in the last 12 months is banking, mainly driven by sustainability goals and compliance of regulations and reporting, and as well telecommunications, needing a higher operational efficiency. So in the next slide, we are showing some examples of which are the needs from different verticals. We see like manufacturing is mainly driven by operational efficiency and ISO 50001. Public administration is mainly driven by legislation compliance, and during the last year, especially about indoor air quality. And as you will see with the demo from Alfonso, is that we offer a complete tool set to cover all your needs independently of the industry and the specific need that they have. So in the next slide, I just want to share with you that you're not alone. In Dexma, we like a lot sharing with our channel of partners. So if you become a partner of us, you will be able to participate in our case studies, white papers, webinars, blogs, to keep you updated on technology, to learn more about new regulations and technology trends, but most importantly, to help you attract new customers, new end customers. So thanks for this introduction. I think next slide is the transition to give the floor to Alfonso Mateos and start the show.
Okay, thank you, Miguel. Thank you, everybody, for coming. We will see now Dexma Analyze and Optimize Dexma platform in action. Okay, so Dexma Analyze basically allows you to analyze consumption, to analyze and evaluate the savings with real-time data. Okay, at this map, we can see all the locations in my organization. We can also take a look on the ranking to see which are the ones performing better or worse. Lots of locations, lots of data coming into the platform. Okay, and that's something that is important, because the first thing we need to do is to get all the necessary data into the system, right, Miguel? Because if with no data, no project. Okay, so
Exactly.
the first thing I will show you is on the settings side, because everything starts from the settings. Okay, it's easy to get the data inside Dexma. Dexma has tons of different options to get your data in the platform. Most of the hardware vendors already integrated, but Dexma can also receive data from your data lake, let's say, or why not simply receive a CSV file or an Excel file from a PC that is at the building, at the location, through standard protocols like FTP, SFTP, or even through email. Or you may also want to send information directly through our API, our insertion API, using just a virtual gateway, and you can insert the data by your own. So lots of different options. And coming from the IoT world, for instance, there is also the Sigfox integration, that thing that now you can easily measure things like indirect quality, for instance, by placing wireless battery-powered temperature probe and CO2 and TVOC, etc., just at the wall of each of the rooms. So really, really easy these times to get data into the platform. On the settings part, we have all other things like the ability to configure your supplies and prices for the energy cost, some preferences, options for the account. Why not also configuring the carbon reporting conversion factors, because you can assign all the greenhouse gas emissions conversion factors to any of the consumption or activities that are monitored in the Dexma platform, so that you can track the carbon footprint of your organization. Okay, of course, at the end, to increase sustainability. That is the end of all efficiency projects. Okay. On the locations area, we can see and configure all our hierarchy, but I want to focus now on the Barcelona building. This is an office building that has about 4,000 square meters, and we are going to see some of the analysis and the improvements that have been performed on this building recently. Okay, so I go again to analyze, and the first thing I see when I go into analyze is the dashboard. Okay, in this case, we are seeing some financial cost figures about this location's energy cost, We can also take a look on electricity consumption year to date and so on. Or why not another type of dashboard through the Synoptic app, like this energy balance overview of the location. Here we can see, for instance, that this location has a solar plant. So almost, well, about 50% of the building consumption comes from a solar plant. So really good efficiency here. And some of the production is also exported to the grid. And of course, at nights and when the production is not enough, coming from the grid. And other data like irradiation, temperature in real time, and CO2 savings. This is one kind of dashboard. Another one could be related to the indirect quality, like all the measures that are in real time right now at the whole of the building. Okay, so really good information you can have through the dashboards. If we go now into the analysis section, we end on the consumption screen. Here you can see the main consumption. Well, it's not the consumption of the building, because it is in fact the grid, the consumption coming from the grid. But we can now compare the main consumption with all of our submetering. Okay, we can see, for instance, like in lots of buildings, the HVAC here, the VRV unit that is connected even in the weekend. All this kind of things that can be seen on the consumption. You can find anomalies by yourself. You can, of course, analyze the data in different ways, like in this stack mode, where you can see which is the part of each of the submetering. You could go to the export, to the produce and export energy tab, where you can see, for instance, the production of the PV plant, and that some of this production is being sent to the grid. Okay, in fact, we can take a look on which was happening before and after the plant. The plant was installed, I think it was the 26th of March, and we can easily see, like, before the 26th of March, we have consumption all day and night. But from the since the solar plant was installed, we have that the consumption is avoided at sun hours in most of the day. So this is the kind of analysis that you can do when you have solar plants. But we have a more convenient way to see the solar plants. It is through our solar analysis in the microgrid app. Here, for instance, you could see, I will disconnect the grid and grid exported, let's say, and now you can see here the consumption of the building in purple, and in green you see the generation of the solar plant. And at a glance you can see how the solar plant production is higher than the consumption at the weekends and in other moments of the week. But what happens if the production is higher? That we will export this energy to the grid. Okay, and of course there are hours at night, so other times where the production is not capable of covering the whole consumption of the building, and then we continue needing the grid to import some of the energy there. So great way to see all the energy balance of our location when we have solar plants producing energy. Okay. Okay. So in the cost point of view, of course, this energy I am saving will have an effect on the cost of the energy of the location. And you can easily see how at the sun hours, the cost is zero. The cost is totally avoided. So of course, this is huge because this is the hours where the cost is higher. If we compare this to what we would have without the solar plant, we will see that the difference is huge. In fact, about a 40% of cost savings just because of the solar plant. We can also take a look on the monthly cost simulation and easily see how since April, because it was at the end of March when it was installed, the solar plant, since April, all the costs have been also lowered a lot. Okay, so great savings. Okay, great cost savings.
Okay, but how can we validate that,
Yeah,
Alfonso? So
that,
I assume we have to compare it with the previous consumption somehow, right?
that's the point. When you want to calculate the energy that is being saved in a location, it is totally necessary to do it properly. And to do it properly, you need to create to use at the end the measuring and verification procedures. Okay, measuring the energy saved is not only trying to figure out with the bills how energy we are saving, but what we need, in fact, is to have, as Miguel said, a reference of which was the consumption before all the energy performance measures take part. So here, what we are saying is DEXMA's measure and verification feature, and we can easily see that we can compare this reference in blue, that is the energy reference or baseline, with the consumption that since the 26th, as I said, is becoming lower. Of course, this is savings, and we can see here that it's about 19% of savings on this location because of the solar plant. But wait, because not only a solar plant is placed on the building, other energy management measures take part on the building, and that's why it's important to create a good baseline to calculate the savings. Okay, other things that we can analyze, like the total consumption versus the total reference consumptions and the target at the end. This shows us how the whole project is performing, not the day by day, but the whole project, or even to see the total savings versus the target. So we had a target at the beginning of 15%, and we can see that these total savings are higher than what we expected at the beginning. Okay, of course, you can also see some table information about the savings, but the key here is that creating a baseline is not that easy. Creating a baseline, I mean, I can consider myself an energy expert maybe, but I'm not an expert in statistics, for instance, and we cannot know about everything. And creating a baseline is a huge, important task and difficult task, and that's why DEXMA provides this new cool feature that is the automatic baseline calculator. Using the automatic baseline calculator, you will be able to easily relate the consumption of the building with all the different parameters or variables that may explain, that may define the consumption of the building. Okay, so it's as easy as selecting the baseline target device. In my case, I want to select the grid consumption because I want to compare before the solar plant was installed and after the solar plant, but the project started at the beginning of 2021, so I will create reference period of the previous year, that is from the 2020, okay, the whole year, and I will select the daily frequency to evaluate this project. So now I have to define which parameters I think that could affect my baseline, my consumption. By default, it is selected the degree days, all the meteorological aspects, because it is known that, of course, the weather affects the consumption of the buildings, but not only. So I could select any other variable that I may think that would explain my consumption. Okay, I will start with this degree days, and that's it. I will just analyze the relation between my grid consumption and the cooling, heating, and total degree days in my location. I will click on calculate the baseline, and in a moment I will see a baseline that has automatically been calculated, relating also the total degree days, cooling degree days, the weekend, because I have selected the weekend as a parameter. I could even try to improve it, like selecting all the weekdays as parameter. Let's say if this has any effect on the baseline. I can see an increase to 0.7. I could even select, why not, the interaction between the parameters. So all the interaction between heating degree days, cooling degree days, etc., will be also included in the baseline. So lots of different options to customize my baseline. Okay, and then I can start just taking a look on the different charts that are explaining the relation between of my correlation or my regression analysis, like residuals, regression details, and so on. So huge help to create your baseline. You can even configure your own baseline and manually compare also with the automatic one. And once we have created the baseline, we can just go to the this part of the feature that will preview the savings. Okay, and right from here I will just create the project. So it's as easy as taking 5 minutes more if you want to find, customize your own baseline, and then just create the project right from here. Okay, so now I have another project created here, and it is ready to be analyzed. Okay, so really good feature in M&B to allow you to track the savings on your projects, and really important, in fact. Right?
Great. And then, Alfonso, I think this information we have to share with our team, right? And we have to create reports and so on.
Totally key for organizations to show the reports. Just by the way, I forgot to show you another thing. I would like to show you, that is the indirect quality option, where you can also track total volatile organic compounds, particulate matters, CO2, etc. So in these times that indirect quality is that important, you can also track everything right from the platform. And of course, as Miguel said, we have the option to create reports, and each of the tables or charts that I have shown can be sent to a report. Okay, so now I will show you a report that I have configured for this location with all the information I've been showing to you, and that's the Barcelona report. Okay, so this report is totally customizable. Okay, I have placed some information regarding the location, the context of the project, the 26th of March solar plant was installed, some consumption with some metering charts, some cost information that I find that is relevant for for my clients or for my partners to analyze for this report. All the indirect quality that I have just seen for the last 7 days, and why not some information about the, well, maybe I have an EPC contract or not, but about the measuring and verification project I have created with my baseline information and all the savings charts. So huge, huge information and totally customizable for you, so that you can inform and report all your energy-related information to your partners. Okay.
Great. Then last question for you, Alfonso. This is great, and we've seen that for one building with 10 meters and so on. But what if we have hundreds of sensors? How can we scale this process up?
What if you have a hierarchy like this with tons of locations? So that's
Exactly.
that's what Daniel told before. As you start having lots of data, what happened? It happens that you have that much data that you have no time to analyze every trend, and that's where the artificial intelligence of Optimize can help you. Okay, so Optimize is thought to show you the anomalies that automatically are analyzed on all the data that you have on the platform. So automatically 24/7, our artificial intelligence will detect all the anomalies in your buildings. Okay, in this case, for the Barcelona building, we have 3 anomalies that have been detected. This is a good performing building, and if I open one, the one with more impact, now we can see that well, yesterday we had this anomaly, and this is about 32 euros of economic impact. So yeah, automatically you will have someone that helps you to analyze all the information that you have no time, and that's totally new and unique. And I only dream if I had this on the past, when I had to analyze all the trends of my buildings. But not only this, but you could even say, okay, and how can I understand this anomaly? So also we can provide you information on the anomaly itself and the reasons of we just relate all the trends of your location, the status of your VRBs, the HVAC, the lighting, temperatures, humidity, air quality. All the information of your location is related to the anomaly that Optimize has automatically detected. So really huge help, and that's it. At the end, what we are trying to do in DEXMA, with all the cool features that you've seen, like measuring and verification, Optimize, and all the microgrid, solar analysis, the tariff, the cost tariffs, and so on. All the features are thought to help you to understand and optimize the consumption in your organization. So it's what it is all related, right, Miguel?
Yeah, exactly. Thanks a lot for this end-to-end example. This is really useful, and Optimize is really crazy. It's great to have this, as you said.
Crazy.
Hopefully we had this before. Great.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot, Alfonso, for the presentation. So the next slide will be presented by Irene. So
Yes.
Irene will be talking about the 5 steps to set up a project in DEXMA, right?
Yes, thank you, Miguel. Yeah, sure. So I don't know if you saw it, but at first it was 3 steps. I just thought that 3 steps was too little. So in 5 steps, I think it's necessary to become a DEXMA expert.
Great.
So thank you. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you, Alfonso, for your part. So yeah, starting with us, it was never so fast. So I will be showing you, like, well, explaining you your journey. So from the moment that you trust DEXMA from the first time until you become a DEXMA expert. Okay. So just so you know, in this whole journey, you will be guided by our customer success team or a designated agent, which is a team that's formed by energy, telecommunications, and industry engineers. So they are the ones that can understand better, like, your needs and how to use DEXMA, or which synergies we can have with you. Okay. So to start, yeah. So the first thing is you will receive the credentials to start with DEXMA, of course. So in the welcome, okay. And then we will also share with you some resources. Sorry, in the previous slide, Afonso. Thank you. So yeah, some resources to start working with DEXMA, so understanding which are the functionalities, everything that Alfonso explained so well before, and also, as we believe that the DEXMA is quite difficult at first to understand and to start working with, we will share with you a glossary so you can become more familiar with our concepts. Okay, so now, yeah, the second step would be to create your first account. So just let's say that you have received your email this morning with your welcome and so on. In 1 minute, you can be creating your first account. Okay, like as easy as the GIF is showing in this screen. So you log in with your credentials and you create your first account. Then once you have done this, you will start receiving our tours, our product tours, showing you around the whole platform, some all the functionalities and everything. We don't want to overwhelm you, so if you don't have the time to look at it at the moment that you see the product tours, you can always come back later. So it's just so you have all the information and to kind of self-learning. And also you will have access to our help center with more than 200 articles explaining each functionality into detail. Okay, then so the next step would be to start working with your data. So as Alfonso explained, our platform is a hardware agnostic platform, which means that we are integrated with lots and lots of gateways. We have more than 40 parsers that you can use to send data through FTP, SFTP, or email. You can send real-time data and also historical data. If you don't know how to do that, as always, we will have the super team there to help you. And also, if you have big projects, we have the option to create to kind of set up the accounts in bulk, so it's very easy to start working. Okay. Then you just have to go and analyze, and you can visualize everything that Alfonso shared with you already, so I won't get into detail. And also you have the option to invite to your account as many users as you want. There's no limit here, so they can access to the same views that you access to. Okay, and finally, so how to become a DEXMA expert? Well, this is we have lots of things to share with you. You can subscribe to our monthly product newsletter to have access to all our news. You can receive our internal communications in the platform with opportunities and lots of information that can be helpful for you. You can have access to our exclusive channels, so our community of customers. You can become a beta customer and be able to try all our functionalities before they come up. You can track all your tickets, your support tickets from the ticketing system. You have access to the help center, as we already said, and you can also have even a designated customer success manager. Okay. So finally, this is your team, your customer success team. So full of engineers from several different sectors. We are not bots, but we're ready to solve your challenges. So thank you very much for your attention. I will leave you now with our key account manager for France and Benelux with Didier.
Thanks a lot, Irene. Thanks a lot, Irene. So thanks, Alfonso. So now we're going to see together what are the next steps to start working with us. And before all, if you can move on, Alfonso. Before all, I think it's good for you to know who we're working with. So DEXMA is working through a channel of partners. Some names you may know in many countries, obviously with a focus in Western Europe, because as you know, DEXMA is based in Barcelona, so being based in Spain, we have developed our network there. But many big companies have let's say, given us their confidence, working with us for years now. So as you can see, we have a network of 150 partners in 30 countries. This kind of companies, if you can move on to the next slide, are companies that are many utilities and ESCOs, but we're also as well working with OEM. So when we talk about utilities, we talk about companies that provide energy in many big markets, and ESCO are companies that are providing energy services. So you can see the match between us. And we have built a specific partner program for this type of companies that help us then to serve end users. And if you are one of these companies that have, let's say, the objective to either reduce the energy bill, to reduce the carbon footprint, or even to try to reach the carbon neutrality, well, contact us, because we have these companies that have the know-how, the expertise on top of our technology to reach these goals. If you can move on to the next slides, please. Thanks a lot. So I think it's pretty easy to collaborate with us, thanks to these partners we have that are specialists in different markets, as you can see. So if you are one of these companies in one of these verticals you see today, from real estate, hotels, up to education, so tertiary sector, industrial sector, public sector, well, and with these goals to save energy and so on, please speak with us. We have the know-how, we have the people behind to be able to reach these goals, and they are big goals, but we are able to do it. Thanks a lot. Yeah, we were willing to show you the type of end users that we work with through our channel of partners. As you can see, there are big names in different verticals. So we are able to answer different needs. Tertiary sector, public sector, industrial sector. Our technology and the know of our partners offer us the ability to answer these different needs. Okay, so don't be scared. Contact us. We will be able to solve your problems in a matter of minutes or hours or days, depending, of course, of the problem. If you can move on, Alfonso, thanks. So, as I explained before, we have a partner set of 130-ish companies in different 150 partners in 30 countries. We have been able to grow that partner set thanks to a specific partner program that is answering different needs. As you can see, we have different levels depending on the let's say software credit you contract with us, from Civil, from Gold to Platinum. Each one of them have these different advantages, but of course we will offer the best service we can, starting from Silver. As you can see, we have a support around that is, let's say, given by around 13 people. This is a lot of people, but behind you as well salespeople that are always available for you, and we'll start to give a specific uh, service, of course, from Platinum, but I will be always happy, and Miguel as well, to help you with your project every day, starting from the smallest project. So here I'm not going to go in details about all the advantages you can have, Everything, of course, you can discuss with us, and that's it. If you can move. Thanks. And as I said, yes, now it's a matter of you contacting us. Don't be scared. We will be always present for you, and Miguel and myself will help you in to reach success together. So now I'm leaving the space to Elodie, and thanks a lot for listening.
Thanks, Didier.
And Miguel, maybe.
We cannot hear you, hello.
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 Okay, thank you. So very, very happy to be here and very glad that all the presentation went very well until now. Very interesting stuff you've mentioned. My part is going to be a little bit short. It's just for you guys to understand a little bit how we work in marketing with our partners and customers. So Alfonso, if you can just go to the next one. Next slide. Okay, so the goal of the co-marketing, as you can see here, is to share our customer stories, help them build their brand, create value for them through new connections, ideas, and leads. So what we do, if we want to go to the next slide as well, please. Thank you. We create many different types of materials, as you can see here. We have the Get Feature page where we actually publish the name of the company that want to partner with us and gaining visibility for the company. Okay, so this is one of the first, let's say, points that is very interesting for, well, yes, a company, a partner, actually to gain visibility around the energy efficiency sector. What we do as well is to write some blog articles, and we love to have our partners contribute, actually. This is very important to us because we lean and count on the expertise of our customers and partners to help us grow, gain visibility into the same area as I was specifying before, sustainability goals, around, for example, new regulations, around the European Energy Efficiency Directive, and all these kind of topics are very trendy, but also very important nowadays to evolve until a very big change for the fight against climate change. So I think it's a way for all of us to contribute to that. And we have also all the materials, as I said, as webinar that we co-host, also as partner spotlights interviews. So if you would like to contribute to that, we can as well organize an interview with you guys, explain what you do, what is your value proposition, what is your mission, what you want to achieve, and as well as final big materials that would actually include ebook, white papers, and case studies. And these ones actually are the most relevant ones, as you can see with the numbers as well, with the downloads and all the views we have. This is what attracts most customers and companies. Sorry for the noise, I have a dog behind me that is sneezing. This is not very good, but yeah. So basically, if you want to contribute, this would be a great deal for us as well. For the last part, and not the least, this is the lead assignation program we have put into place for marketing. So what we do is to receive some end customer leads. For now, for example, we have 5,000. And what we do is to assign the end customers to our partners according to the area, according to the industry, and what they are looking for in terms of final clients. So this helps you guys as partner, in that case, to as well get some new leads and some new contacts and eventually some new opportunities and deals. So this is as well a very important feature for you as part of our co-marketing program. That's all from me for now, because we're a little bit late. Otherwise, I would be speaking like for an hour. Thank you everyone for attending. What we are going to do now is to open the Q&A section. Okay, so you can actually put all your questions here in the section we have called questions in the GoToWebinar. I hope you can see it. I don't know if you can actually, but we invite you to add your questions there. We'll leave you like 2-3 minutes. Miguel, I don't know if you want to add something specifically. No? And we will see, leave you write your questions there, and we will answer that in a few minutes. So if you want to switch to that, we'll come back to you.
Great. Thanks, Elodie. So while we are receiving the questions, just highlighting, this end customer lead designation process, which I think is one of the key values of being part of the DEXMA Partner Network, right? So
yeah,
this is great.
I'm seeing here. Thank you. Well, we have a thank you. Okay. The cost to create a DEXMA account.
Perfect.
How much does it cost?
Great. So I think this is for me. So it depends on the number of data points that you would like to use. And what is the data point? Basically, is a parameter that you would like to retrieve. Imagine that you have a project in a supermarket. Then maybe you will have the main supply for electricity, the main supply sometimes for gas as well, for heating. And as a submitters, you will have data point for lighting, another for heating, another for cooling, another for machinery. So imagine that in a supermarket project, maybe you have 10 active energy meters that you would like to use. So then the price of the project will depend on this number of data points. Of course, then the cost per data point will be reduced as the number of projects and the number of data points is growing. So in order to get a quote, I kindly invite you all to contact Didier and myself so that we can further explain you how our pricing system works.
Good. Thank you, Miguel. Okay. Did DEXMA or does DEXMA use IPMVP? Question from Marek.
Alfonso.
Yes, of course. As I mentioned, measuring and verification feature allows you to measure the savings. If you have to follow the IPMVP protocol, DEXMA is totally compatible with it. So all the feature is thought to be compatible with IPMVP protocol, but also to be easy to use, so that if you don't need to create a report in that way, you can use it in a simple way. But yes, of course, and even you can create more than one project, or to group them and calculate the savings of the whole thing, the whole organization. But yes, all the feature is compatible with the international protocol of measuring and verification. Yes, for sure.
Okay, good. We have one here. How much it takes to start working with Detect? I have here, but I think it's not a good one. Let's see. Yep. Which data do we need to push? Well, if I don't have space, I'm reading a lot. We have many. Sorry for that. I'm just trying to catch.
Okay.
I have here another one. Which do you think will be the main market changes during the coming years? Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So I think that the changes will be focused on 3 verticals, right? On the regulation part, because we'll see stronger and stronger regulations in place, mandatory energy management savings goals and reporting. During the last months, the main question we received from our potential customers is, how will I speed up my reporting process? Now I'm spending 12 hours for each building to generate a report. How much will be the time to do it in DEXMA? I can tell you that it will be around 15 minutes or much less than what you're expecting right now in Excel, right? So the first change will be in regulation. The second challenge, I think, will be more related to economy, to the energy transition, because we will see higher energy costs for the transition from nuclear, fossil to renewable. This is great, but it will imply some costs, especially on the grid side, for the automation of the smart grid, because you will have non-controllable sources and you will need automation, and it will be paid through the electricity tariff. And as well, on-site generation and distributed generation and storage versus centralized generation that will require more energy management systems, and as well higher electrification in electric vehicles, HVAC systems, and this means as well more requirement for energy management systems. And the third vertical of changing is technology, because we will see easier data ingestion, because in many countries we will see data hubs centralizing all the information from the smart meters in one single place with an API, and as well reduced cost of IoT. We see that sensors are cheaper and cheaper. This means more data, not necessarily more efficiency, and that's why we created Optimize to make this correlation. And as well, in terms of technology, the enterprise digitalization. As you know, enterprises are digitalizing everything. CRMs, production systems, and the energy management system is part of this strategy. So you, as a potential partner of DEXMA, will see a growing interest from enterprise in this on this side. I hope I've answered the question, Elo.
I think you did well. Okay.
Great.
We have a last one. How much can we save actually with an EMS?
Okay, so well, I can take this one as well if you want. So first, we have to say that an EMS does not itself save energy. Rather, it enables business to identify ways to reduce energy costs and to pinpoint energy waste. So, so having said that, and helping you identify the potential savings and defining the plan, what we see is that the average energy savings that we are finding during the, well, our partners are finding during the first year is between 4 and 20%. In cost, it means between 5 to 10% every year. So this means return on investment below 12 months most of the times, and even shorter.
Okay, really good. Well, for today, I think we have to stop. We're a little bit like delayed. So what we will do anyway, if you have more questions, you can contact us. We will be happy to actually answer you. You can write to each one of us, depending on what you are looking for, and we'll come back to you as soon as possible. So thank you very much, everyone, for attending today. And sorry again if we've been a little bit delayed at the beginning. We were in the first session, so we had to switch. So thank you again, and speak soon. See you soon.
Thank you. Have a nice day.